All right, so they moved the trailer. Now we gotta get them power. We strained up the cord and we brought it over here. We gotta remove this, right? We gotta make sure that we are safe as well, so we gotta turn off power to the transformer. Got a 480 panel being fed by a 70 amp breaker. Feeds the transformer, comes out of the transformer and feeds this 120 amp panel. There's not a lot of them being used. This is temp power for the spider boxes right there. So I always want to work safe, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off power. Always want to look away just in case something ever happens, so that should kill that. Some test lighting. Some of these panels you can just lift and pull out. Use our tester. There's nothing. This tester, if you press the light, lets you know that it's working. We gotta add a 50 amp breaker, so we'll add it here. Make sure nothing's on. I like using insulated, so especially for working in panels, regardless if it's hot or not. So it's a good practice. Let's go ahead and put our breaker, hook back the screws that we took off. Put some pressure because you don't want to strip it. Okay. Now we can obviously plug this in, right? So we have to take it off the cord cap. That's what we'll do. We'll put this back together, give it back to the GC, since they are in a rented trailer, and they can keep it, so once it's ready to go back, we can give it back to them. We have to make a hole, 1 inch hole, so that we can do the same here, right? Bring it up and land it here. Do black, red, white obviously goes to the neutral bar, green obviously goes to that. So we'll have to cut back a bit to be able to get that going. Lock it, and then you give it 1 turn, and that locks it. So we'll go next to it. Remove shavings. See, that's about good enough right there. So we'll cut this much. You don't want to go too deep because then you'll cut in the insulation of the wires inside. Shove it in here before we start untangling it. We can always untangle once we get it in. Should be enough, right? Go ahead and tighten it. You don't want to do it too much to where it squishes the conductors and could cause a short. Give it a nice pull. Good. Now we can go and untangle them. Alright, so I like to start with the ground. Even though it's not hot, energize the panel, I always like to start hot with the ground, neutral, and then I'll go with my hots. The same way when you are connecting or disconnecting, I'm sorry, you want to do the hots first, the neutral, and then the ground, because in case anything happens, you know, it goes to ground. Even though it's just temporarily, you always want to do, you know, some clean work. Usually I would go, coming from the bottom, I would go to the top one, right? Just because if something ever happens where you need to feed more wire because it's too short, you can always go down, right? If I were to terminate here and then let's say for whatever reason I need to give more cord, then I'll be screwed. So I like to go up high always. You always want to make sure you use the little ones for any, you know, 10 gauge, 12 gauge wire. They went ahead and landed a 10 gauge on this big one, which, you know, they could have used a small one, because then I need a bigger opening to be able to land this wire. So we'll go ahead and remove this 10 from the big one. I'll go ahead and land it above it on the small one. Don't cut any strands, keep them all together. All right. You don't want to lose anything loose. Loose creates heat, which can then create a short. All right. Go ahead and cut this. I like to do a pull test every time I land a wire, just to make sure it's not going to come out, that I tighten it Nice and tight. Okay, we're good there. We'll go ahead and put the cover back on. Let's go ahead and close this back. Lift, push towards the hinges. And go. Let's go ahead and remove our tools from the transformer. Let's go ahead and energize the transformer. Face away. Transformer kicked on. That's on. Lights came back on. We'll go check the trailer. Turn off all the breakers inside their sub panel. Turn off. Their main is off. So that's good. Turn off each of these breakers. Alright, so here's the 50. We'll turn it on. I'm not gonna test because I know it was working before. I did good connections. So we'll go to the trailer, turn their main, turn on each breaker. We'll do a little test with this Klein RT250. Alright, here we go. Face away. Mains on. Turn receptacles. GFCI, receptacles, got lights, AC, and lights. And there you go. Go ahead and put this on here. Correct wiring, 116 volts. Correct wiring. Oh, there you go. Correct. Good. Right on. We're rocking and rolling.